Hey guys, I hope you're having a super Saturday. This is Drew Barrett. I'm actually doing my very first YouTube video. I've been doing some things on Facebook. Some of you may have watched, may not have watched. Feel free to share and link as always. Just going to go over something, continuing what I started on Facebook, so I apologize. You're going to be caught in the middle if this is the first one you've ever seen. But, you know, when I was a kid, in the 80s, 70s and 80s, I should say. I'm 47 years old. The only way when we were taught to do a job was to do it the right way. There was no halfway doing it. There was no partially doing it. There wasn't like, I didn't get done, I forgot, whatever. You had to do everything the right way or you got to do it again. That's just how I was raised. My parents were not tyrants by any means, but that was the expectation. I'm sure the expectation was even higher when they were kids. But the right way was everything, but also the right way was also the minimum expectation when I was a kid. You were expected to do it the right way. You weren't expected to have to be followed up on and checked up on every few minutes or an hour to make sure you were doing it right. You were expected to clean up your mess when you got done with a job or a project. It was just expected. And now I think sometimes we get lost on what's expected and what the right way is, because there's so much pressure to do so many different things at once, and multitasking, in my opinion, is a fallacy. It's not real. I don't think that people can really, truly focus on doing more than one thing. I think they can focus on many things in incremental times and move from thing to thing to thing, but I don't think you can, I don't really think your brain is wired to focus on 20 things at once. So remember, we're trying to add a new order to our lives by taking small steps and improving a little bit at a time. So we need to remember that what we've done up to this point is what has got us in the position we're in right now. There are no excuses. We cannot blame anybody else but us. We cannot blame our parents, our teachers, or anything. It's decisions that we have made up till now. So now, hopefully, we're making decisions to make ourselves better. When you do this, you got to remember it's small steps. We're taking small steps. We're not running a sprint. We're running a marathon. It's small steps. We set small goals. So I challenge you today, make you a list of 3 things, just 3 things, not 10 things, not 1,000 things, 3 things, and go, I'm going to get these 3 things done, and get them done. And then tomorrow, maybe you make a list of 4 things. And maybe the next day you make a list of 5 things. And if you feel the 5 things is overwhelming, move back to the 4 or the 3. But get to it, because the small steps over time are what make the impact. There are a lot of people that say if you can't be trusted with the small things, you won't ever be trusted with large things. But while you're adapting to your small steps, try your best not to deviate from your back to your old methods and slip back into your old self. Our old self is what's got us where we are. We're building a new self. I don't care if you're 12 years old watching this video or if you're 70 years old watching this video. If you're in a slump, you're in the slump. You can get yourself out of the slump, because nobody else is going to get you out of that slump but you. It is up to you. We're the only ones that can change us. We're the only ones that can keep us focused. We're the only ones that are going to move us forward. Notice I keep saying we and us. I'm not preaching to you. I'm saying us. I'm just as bad as anybody. Do the small things over and over and over. Do the small things. The small things build the big things. Look at these bricks back here. They're small bricks, but they built this wall. One brick does not build a house. We're using the small things. Once you get where you can do the small things without thinking, once you get where you can do the small things perfectly, when you can do the small things precisely, when you can do the small things the right way, without even having to think about it, and it's just instinct, then you're ready for that next step. But get the small things perfected. I'm not sure what your small things are. I'm 1,000% sure that your small things are different than my small things. But I tell you this, when you're sitting here watching this video, or if you're sitting here thinking about I need to watch a video or read a book or something like that, and you're doubting yourself, don't doubt yourself. Watch one of my videos. Watch somebody else's motivational video. And I don't mean these motivational videos that go, we're going to teach you how to make $1 million in a year. I mean stuff for you, stuff that touches you, stuff that speaks to you. It could be a pastor speaking. It could be a motivational speaker speaking. It might be me. I'd be amazed. But if it is, I appreciate you. But when you're thinking you can't do it, just like when I think I can't do it, think about it harder. Pray about it harder. Remember, you've been through the worst day of your life. I don't know what your worst day is, but you got through it. And today's not going to be that day. So you get through it. You move forward. Like I always say, if you're sitting down, get up. If you're up, step forward and keep moving forward and keep moving forward, because it is up to you. And if nobody else thinks you can do it, I think you can. Deuces.